Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tree from Bird in the Tree podcast. What's up, bruh?
Yo, what up?
Y'all know who it is.
Good with you.
Y'all know who it is. It's my boy Junior. You know what I'm saying?
AKA Daniel's son.
Daniel's son. Hey,
shout out
to the homie Bird out saving the world. Like we said before. Bird is the word. Shoot.
Bird.
Hey, bro, what's good with you, man? How was your weekend, man? How everything go?
Yo, everything was good, man. But hold on, man. You don't mind if I get into the whole Bird and Tree podcast?
Hey, do your thing,
I know
bro.
you don't.
Do your thing, brother.
Let me just get a feel real quick, bro.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There it is right there. Y'all
hey.
get the record yourself.
Hey.
Y'all get the record yourself.
Hey, shout out to the homie J. Cole. You know what I'm talking about.
Middle child, yo, straight up. I'm the middle child in the fam. Y'all might not know nothing about that.
As I sit here and sip my coffee, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Check it out, yo. You got the coffee. I got a little Canada Dry up in the building.
Okay. What you sipping on?
Canada's best.
That ginger ale, huh?
Yo.
Hey, man,
speaking of
that ginger ale, you remember back in the day, man, and your stomach started hurting. Hey, you know what your folks was gonna get you off jump.
Yo, that ginger ale magic, bro.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Hey, that's the first thing they go. Hey, go get you some ginger ale and sit down somewhere. Cause sit down. Hey, look, sit down somewhere, cured everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, ginger ale saves the world, bro.
Hey, that's facts. Hey, so look, man, I was on my Facebook this morning, and
Talk to me.
and it's funny that this popped up because, you know, I was like, man, this is something serious because this happens a lot, especially when it comes to men in general. And what popped up and what I seen, it said, I'm learning. I quote, it says, I'm learning as a man, you cannot be tired, sad, upset, or nothing, end quote. So pretty much they saying as a man, me and you, as men, we cannot sit here and show any type of feelings whatsoever. So if we upset, we got to carry the load. If we tired, we got to carry the load. If we scared, we still got to carry the load. At the end of the day, we're these big men that, you know, that fear nothing, that scared of nothing, that, you know, never gets tired. I mean, it's one of those, I feel like me personally, it's a misconception, man. And, you know, and as children, I feel like a lot of us was taught, hey, man, what you doing crying? That, you know, you're not going to do that. You need to man up. What they say, you need to man up. Hey, look, fix your face. That's the first thing they say, fix your face. What you crying for? How you feel about that, man? I mean, you know, they say that men aren't supposed to show emotion, man. What you got to say, man? How you feel about that?
Yo, man, I think it's funny, man. Like, you know, I've been into some higher learning. You know, I love to read. I'm a ferocious reader.
Okay.
And it's almost like, man, we've taken feelings and emotions and made it a fictional character.
Okay.
And I think that's what your boy going through, man. He's reading a novel that just is really a fictional character in his mindset. But I think if you live long enough, bro, enough will happen in life where you're going to find out that's not a fictional character, bro. We are human beings, man. We got emotions, you know. Now, even though technically we have always studied that women act off of emotions, that does not eliminate men having emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll say it like this. Our emotions might even be worse than women. Truth be told, you ever caught a homeboy and, you know, he was kind of in his emotions? I think we all seen the commercial, yo, nigga, grab a Snickers. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's getting a little vicious in here. You know, and the reason I say that is because usually when we do get our emotions and put them on the table, it can be, you know, a bit much to see for men, but I still think that's based on the perception. Based on perception. And it sounds like homeboy really need to get a couple of squares out of circle if he living like that.
That makes sense, man. I mean, and I get that. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, me personally, you know, now if you had asked me probably when I was a kid growing up, yeah, you know, I'm not going to show any emotion. You know, I'm not going to cry, especially not cry in front of anybody. You know, I'm not going to do any of this, you know, I guess the term was, you know, unmanly type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now, as I'm older, as I'm now actually a man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey man, you have to show these emotions, man. Now, at the end of the day, I feel like you need to show these emotions or talk to somebody that you trust. Now, like you said, you know, maybe homeboy need to get a few squares out of his circle, which is very true. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, when it comes to, you know, trusting people, you can't trust everybody. So obviously, I feel like when, let's say, for instance, that you are going through something and you need to talk to somebody about it, you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna just go put up a status on Facebook and see how people respond. You know what I'm saying? Because some folks, you know, at the end of the day, looking for you to feel. And some folks, I look at it, you know,
I think too, man, you know, like there was a time when, and I definitely don't do it because that ain't how I get down, bro. But if you just want to be a little, you know, overboard or whatever, for my man to even post that on Facebook, he kind of emotional. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. That's
like, yo, bro, what you doing, man? I mean, what's that all about? So it's kind of really an oxymoron because the very thing that he's pledging that he doesn't have an allegiance to, that's what you're doing.
That's true.
You know, men just don't go on Facebook, yo, I'm doing, you know, bro, you're in your emotions, your feelings. And don't tell me not to be emotional. You're learning not to be emotional when the first thing you do as a man, get on Facebook and probably say what you need to say to whoever, you know, the social media, man. That just ain't how we roll, man.
Hey, but
again, concept, perception.
Now, my thing is this, though. Now, suppose that's how they show emotion. Is that okay?
But again, well, my thing is, for me, this is just for me. It's a difference being in your emotions versus showing emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because truth be told, he could have just settled all of that by putting a little, what's the little emoji they got out there with tears? You know,
just a little crying.
You could have just put a little crying face. You could have just did the crying face. Yo, look, Michael Jordan been branded for a minute, right?
Right.
And what we do?
Right.
Yo, man, what he doing being emotional, bro?
Right.
Again, man, that I don't think that lines up with who we are. And truth be told, man, even those guys cut from a different cloth. I think, you know, the day and age had a lot to do with it because the world was trying to, and even now, bro, and this ain't no shout, no disrespect to nobody.
Okay.
The world does everything it can, particularly, I think, my opinion, to make the black man look so weak. So even our own culture and standard says, if he's crying, he's weak, he in his emotion, but we ain't got a problem with a brother wearing a dress.
Man, that's
facts.
Bro,
what the heck is going on with that? You know what I mean?
Facts, man. That's facts.
So I always look at it for what it's worth, man. And I think that has to do with kind of what we talked about with my boy Les Brown put out, far as eyesight, mind sight. It's just a whole different thing, you know what I mean? If I look at what old boy put out, I think he was acting in his eyesight, meaning what he saw in front of him, versus having a mind that says, yo, if you really learning that, and that's how you feel, man, some things you ain't even got to respond to, man. Elephants don't swat at flies, bro.
That's right.
You know how big we are right now, man? Like, just in life as a man, as a person, we don't bring ourselves down to a standard now. Because I learned years ago, when you become a man, you stop trying to be the man. You know what I mean? And I think that you don't got to act emotional in that. You can be yourself and that's still facts. Be, you know, cool.
And speaking of that, Les Brown, what Junior's talking about right now, if you don't know, it's actually on YouTube, and it's pretty good. I mean, because you can look at it from different points of view. Pretty much what's going on is two people, and they both lost their job at the end of the day. One person decides, you know what, man, hey, I'm tired. I'm gonna just mope. I'm gonna just be in my feelings. I'm gonna get like-minded people around me, meaning I'm gonna get people that don't have jobs, people that, you know, hate the world right now, and we just gonna come together and just talk about it. Whereas then you got the other guy, and he was like, you know what, I'm not giving up. I got to do what I got. And then it got to a point where he said, you know what, I don't even care. What I'm gonna do, I just volunteer. You don't even have to pay me. I just want to work. I can't sit in the house. I got this working mentality where I have to work. Well, what happened? Later on down the road, at that particular job, the manager, the top tier, he quit. And guess who they moved in? Oh, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very, man, that's when you showed me that, bro, I was like, okay. I was like, man, because you can look at that from different points of view, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's deep.
Always think of, again, man, think about it. When we look at that concept, man, that what the brother, just to piggyback what the brother said versus what Les Brown was putting out there for the world to see. There is a difference, man, when we talk about being a man. And I don't think that has anything to do with emotions. First of all, let's just establish a man. A man is more than somebody just stand up when they use the restroom. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But to be a real man, I think that we exemplify emotions every day. Yo, check this out. I don't have to tell, even though I do, my beautiful family every single day I love them. I do, right?
Right.
But watch this. Love is what? An action word.
That's right.
Yeah, when I get up early in the morning to grind like this, yo, that's out of emotion. That's out of love, bro. I ain't doing it just because Junior ain't got nothing else to do. Trust and believe, man. And we end up putting up with a lot of stuff we don't have to. You know why? Because, man, when I get up in the morning, think about the dreams, ambitions, I get in my feelings, bro. Right?
That's
Even
facts.
when I don't want to go to work, I get a little emotional and say, you know what? These kids ain't gonna never experience that. So guess what? I got to do what I got to do. So for my man, I just look at it, yo, man, I think that he's really limiting the qualities of what a real man is and could be. Why do I say that? What you mean you learning not to be emotional? Yeah, man, that don't even line up with your human nature. You're a social creature, bro. And you put it out there, and guess why he put it out there? Because he wanted a response.
He did.
And usually, no disrespect to our sisters that's looking, yo, that ain't even man. Like, women do things for a response. Yo, I was gonna say this. We got this other word we call men to do that, but this PG-13 up here.
Hey, it's funny.
Yo,
Yeah, hey, like my boy, shout out to Demetrius Ingram. He always said a lot of these folks, they just want tension. He don't say attention, he just say tension. You know what I'm saying? But they just, they kind of act out of character, man. They just want somebody to respond, man. They just want somebody to hit them up. Hey, what's going on? What's wrong? Blah, 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 blah. And then their first response is, oh, nothing, I'm good. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But like I said, man, I mean, look, this is the thing. Me personally, as a man, I show emotion. Now, I don't go on Facebook or any type of social media to show my emotion. And that's just like you said, bro, that's just how you are. Like, you don't go on Facebook to portray, to show your emotion. Me personally, I talk to people that I trust, and I say, hey, I'm gonna break it straight to you. Like, for instance, I call Junior, hey, Junior, man, I'm gonna break it straight to you. This how I feel, blah, 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 blah. What you think? Cool. Yeah. All right, cool. But you know what? I don't have to worry about Junior then going out and say, well, hey, Tree called me. He said this, and this, and this, and this is how he feel. This is what he going through right now. See, that's the thing that I feel like with a lot of people, and this also, this is probably why a lot of people don't let out their emotions either, is because, especially when the men, because they don't know who they can trust, And that's why I say, you find that person, even if it's one person, even if you got to talk to, your childhood friend, or how I look at it like this, man. Hey, look, at the end of the day, if you're married, talk to your spouse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, they're gonna know you better than anybody else. So talk to your spouse and then let them talk to you. And if a lot of times, bro, reason why we don't like to vent or to talk to people as a man, and I can vouch for this myself, is because we don't want to hear the response. And we know what we should do. We know what the deal is, but then we'll talk to somebody, especially somebody that we trust, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to hear. And you be like, God knows, man, I know that, but I ain't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to sugarcoat a lot of this stuff. You don't want anybody to tell you straight up, hey, look, nah, bro, you wrong. You wrong in this situation.
Oh, yeah.
You need to do this, you need to do that. And I feel like, as men, we need to overcome that. We need to get out of that mindset that, hey, man, I can't really talk to nobody, because then, at the end of the day, I'm gonna look like a punk.
Well, again, I think that word that you're looking at, man, is something that we've been taught as from a young age, depending on what cloth you've been cut from, that men are not vulnerable. You know what I mean? And I think when we just look at, what we're dealing with tonight, one of the misconceptions of men is this: if I'm emotional, that don't always mean I'm vulnerable, bro.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We just lost so many people, man, to COVID-19. Yo, man, I shed tears.
Me too.
Yo, that's just real talk. I mean, but at the end of the day, guess what? When one of my sporting teams wins, sometimes I'm so overwhelmed. Yo, in '98, when Jordan hit that last shot, tears
I remember that, man. I can tell you where I was at, bro, and everything, man. I remember that.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. And I just look at the emotion that we put in. It's like, again, men are very emotional. I think we try to, choose the setting that we be emotional in just so we don't look vulnerable to people. And I'm going to tell you, man, what's so amazing about men, all that deals with self-control. And real men, we just ain't intimidated around other real men.
Right.
So guess what? We can have a disagreement and I can still stand flat-footed, bro, and be just as calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
Because it don't cost me nothing to pay you no mind.
That's right.
It's nothing, man. But I think that men can sit at the table, talk reason, and we good at the end of the day with saying, you know what, man? Look, just because you say tomato and I say tomato, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping, bro.
Until the man put his hands on you, then what's up, bro?
Oh, man, look, bro, these hands educated, bro. We do this on the regular. I'm always, look, we in the church, man. We willing to reach out and touch somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to make this world a better place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
bro. Bird. Where you at, Bird? Bird.
You stupid, bro. But no, so man, I mean, I look at it like this, bro. Also, when it comes to, like you said, reaching out, in the terms of, if you got to, you put hands on somebody. But also in other terms of reaching out, man, it goes back to my point of finding that one person, you know what I'm saying, that you can reach out to and talk to. I give you guys like a prime example. I remember when my grandfather passed away. And as everybody know, how close I was to my grandfather, Junior, of course, how close I was to my grandfather. And see, my thing was, hey man, I got to be tough. I got to be, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I got to hold up for my grandmother, my pops, who that's his father. And
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom. So, I can't be out there crying. So I remember the funeral like it was yesterday, man. I got up in the church. I talked about him up there in the pulpit, the whole 9 yards. But bruh, when I had to open up that casket, hey, man, that was it. And see, that's the thing. Yeah. But you know what? I didn't mind it. It was one of those things where I was like, man, I'm not, I was like, I'm good. Open it up. And that was it, man. The tears started coming down. I mean, it was, and I didn't care. It was like, okay, I don't care who see me. I don't care what people think, you know what I'm saying? And people be like, well, of course, man, it was a funeral. So of course, you're gonna cry, blah, 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 blah. That's not the point. The point is, I didn't care, man. I let out my emotions. Afterwards, you know what I'm saying? I felt, okay, cool. Okay, I did my crying. I'm good. I know where he's at. He left a good legacy. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. Do I still think about him from time to time there? Of course. Sometimes at night, you know what I'm saying? I'm just up by myself. I shed a few tears. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. I don't feel like I'm any less of a man, you know what I'm saying, by doing stuff like that. And I mean, like I said, bro, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we men, we human beings, hey, man, you got to let out emotion because what's going to happen if you don't? What's the saying? If you don't let out emotions, man, it's going to all build up and then something bad could happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, pressure bust pipes, man.
That's right.
And I look at, it's a great quote, man. God bless his soul. Shout out to my boy, man. Black Panther has so many great things in it, man.
Right.
And I never forget at the end, man, as you remember when his time was running out and Black Panther told him, he said, look, man, we still have the ability to probably heal you.
Right.
And he said something that was so prolific, man. He told him, nah, and he actually pulled the sword out and he bled out. And he made a request. He said, look, I want you to bury me at sea with my ancestors that jumped off the boat because they realized that death was better than bondage, right? Thanks. Wow, man, that's prolific, bro. And I look at, truth be told, man, if you got to live in this bubble where you can't even be human, where you can't even, quote unquote, express yourself, and then just to, quote unquote, tell somebody, well, I'm learning not to even be myself, to satisfy, the culture stigma, man, you in bondage, bro. You in bondage. You can't even be who you are based off what? My man, at the end of the day, decided, I was not going to be a slave.
Yep.
Man, look, straight up, man. Hey, look, don't hear me. Bury me at sea.
Yep.
Because it's better to be dead than to be in bondage. Man, that thing really resonated with me, man, in that movie, man. I oftentimes, when I look at it, I play it back, and I often try to fit it in my lifestyle, bro. Like, when I look in the mirror, man, I'm a man. I get emotional and all that good stuff. But one thing that I do understand is this. I'm not going to put myself in a bondage that says, what I can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
All of my influence as a man, of course, comes from my father, different father figures in my life, right? But also, at one point, bro, I had to put them trousers on myself.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? And there are certain things that I don't mind telling you, man. The old, sayings are true, man. We rather down our knees, you know what I'm saying, than to be in situations that some people are in, man. That's and so I look at our emotionals, and I look at the things that we go through. Yo, man, I ain't straight. Yo, if you don't like it, you know what you can do, right?
Hey, I already know what it is.
It's just facts. No sweat, bro. You know what I mean? But that's just a comfort we have.
It is.
A comfort you got. And you know what? It's called freedom.
Right.
It's called freedom, bro. It feels good to be free, man. Because again, you don't know how many people right now that listen to this podcast that's in bondage, bro. You don't need a 6x6 jail cell to be in bondage or to be incarcerated, man.
Oh no.
It starts in the mind, bro.
Oh no. And that's true. It does start in the mind. And I mean, and that goes for anything. That goes back to even our last podcast, man, with the whole, starting your own business. I mean, it starts, everything starts in the mind. If you're telling yourself, you know what, man, I can't do that. I mean, that's just too hard for me. I can't do it. I don't have the education. I don't have the foundation. Well, cool. Guess what? If that's what it takes, if that's what you think it takes, well, then get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Get that foundation. And I mean, foundation, education to me is definitely key. You need education. I still don't think it's like it used to be, where everything they want you to have, a college degree and stuff like that. I don't think it's like that anymore. A lot has to do with networking. But even if, because, some people, they can't go to college. And reason being is because, it's going to be loans here and there, a whole bunch of loans. I'm still paying on college loans right now. And the thing is, you can get education by talking to a mentor, by talking to somebody that's already in the game, especially if you see something that you want to do. If you have something in mind that you want to do, whereas, you're a photographer, you're a videographer, or, you might want to start your own business and creating stuff, I mean, wedding planner, I mean, anything, there's somebody out there that's been doing that for years, and they probably mind taking you under their wing and say, hey, this is how I did it. This is how I started out. This is what I need to do. Get that education, then start reading up. Hey, look, man, I tell you like this. I was talking to somebody at work, and I was like, Google is your best friend. You can search anything on Google, man. I mean, you can almost get a degree on Google. I mean, just because you can honestly type in anything. How do you do this? How do you do that? And there's some people are like visual learners. They need to have like pictures or a video. Well, cool. Now you go to YouTube. YouTube got everything that you need to know. I remember I had to change out something in the car. And I was like, man, I ain't really trying to pay nobody to do this. I'm trying to do this myself. First thing I did, go on YouTube.
Google.
Went on Google. How do you do so and so and so? I seen a little video. I said, bet. Changed it out myself. I messed up the car, but still, no, I'm just messing. I ain't messed up the car, but no, it actually worked though, man. I mean, and you feel good. I was like, okay. I was like, dang, I ain't had to pay nobody to do this. I did this myself. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to my point, man. I mean, don't go in saying off gate, I can't do it, man. I ain't got the tools. I ain't got what I need, mentally to do what I really want to do. Because there's a lot of people out here, again, in bondage. They really want to do something. They really want to take that leap and say, you know what? I'm very good in this, but I think I'm gonna fail. I don't think it's gonna go like I want it to go. I might lose out on this. I might lose out on that. Man, at the end of the day, I mean, hey, look, if you don't if you don't try it, then you just never know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I think I look at this picture you got up, man, your background, and I think that just represents a whole lot. And that march we did in Gates, man, when it was really kicking off, man. It wasn't easy, and some people was a little emotional. Shout out to you suckers that had a lot of negative things to say.
That's facts.
Especially when you wanted to know about our characters, things like that. I think that it's always the empty wagon that make the most noise.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I think we can try our best to be everything we want to be behind the scenes, man. But real men, we don't wait till we see a line to go stand in front of it to start leading.
Right.
Yo, we go out there and we set a precedence, and guess what? People follow.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of you know, everything that goes with being a man. But watch this. As we marched that day, bro, man, there were people out there crying. I'm talking about men.
Yep.
Black and white.
Yep. It was.
That were shedding natural emotions, right?
It was.
And you know the funny thing about it, man? That's some of the sweetest moments that we could have ever been able to give Gates, North Carolina.
It was.
A day where nothing else mattered but the cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing that I still don't understand is this. Why do we have to surrender emotions if emotions are attached with the cause?
Facts.
If the emotions are attached with the cause, guess what? That creates the movement.
Right.
And the funny part about it, when you create the movement, is no more acting off of emotions. You're allowing emotions to come out in the midst of a situation. Yo, bro, unless you the 10 man that don't got no heart, then you know you wouldn't understand that. But every step we took, man, I didn't take for granted, man, because guess what? There was some people that really went through in Gates that people don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's a brother, man, and I believe he's buried out in Lebanon Grove Baptist Church. He's actually buried out there. A man, wow, man, his name is Henry Hayes. Yo, shout out to y'all if y'all get a chance to do some of y'all history out of Gates, North Carolina. He's actually a person that was a pastor in the area. It's so amazing, man. He pastored so many churches in that area, right? Okay. Now, everything that brother did laid foundation later for men like you and me to have an opportunity to do what we do. But guess what? He did it in the time of Jim Crow. You know, everybody was so upset about, yo, let's march down there to this stupid looking monument at the courthouse. Right. This brother was preaching when it was being erected.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It's so, I look at it for what it's worth. Now, sometimes I do believe that men got to be careful when we don't got the facts in, because when we get emotional as a man, the only thing left to do, well, we got to just go ahead and fight.
Right. Throw hands.
All right. You know what I mean? Because that's what we'll get. But I also look at the fact that there were people, man, that paved the way that's not in that picture that's up there behind you.
Right.
That nobody will ever know, that's continually, you know, going to be sketched in the antiquities of time in Gates, North Carolina. But truth be told, man, that's still good news from the graveyard, bro. And I believe that those men were able to look down on that day. Yo, what you think Bro Henry Hayes doing?
Right.
You don't think he's shedding a tear when he see a movement like that on 158?
Right.
Yo, look at your granddad. Look at some of the pillars in the community. Look at the Reverend Carries, guys that stood for social justice in the area. Guess what, man? Yo, we came up under them.
That's facts.
Yo, they won't lemonade running down my face out there, bro. That was real emotions attached to a situation where the cause was so great. Man, you couldn't help but feel that movement.
All right, that's facts, man. and that's the truth. And for, you know, obviously you guys are just listening. In my background, if you get a chance to go on our YouTube channel, you'll see the video. But in my background, I have a picture up, excuse me, of Junior, myself, a lot of the Gates County community, and even the sheriff's department, and we're all lined up, black and white picture. Probably one of the best pictures that you ever gonna find. And that's it. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, I'm calling conceited, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It's the best picture you ever gonna find. The thing is, what's so great about the picture is, for one, it's a unity march that we did back in June of last year, 2020. What's so special about the picture? What a lot of people don't know, all they see is, you know, a group of everybody came together, which is good. That's what we wanted. But how it came to be, I was thinking the whole time, I just never, you know, look, kind of what we're talking about now. I just never said anything to anybody. I was like, you know, really want to do something.
You can't talk about it, bro.
Yeah, I really want to do something. Really want to do something for the county, but I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. That mindset, I don't know. It might not go like I want it to. Well, guess what? No lie, I get a phone call from Junior, not even a few days later, saying, "Hey, man, we need to do something for the county. I'm thinking about doing a march. Now, if you ain't really with it, hey, I have no hard feelings whatsoever. You know, but I wanted to come to you first, you're my brother. Then we want to reach out to the sheriff's department and get them involved to make sure that this is a unity march. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a crazy march. We want everybody to come together." And hey, I was like, man, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I
no
was
doubt.
like, I'm in 100%. I was already thinking about that. So that's how that came together. And then, like he said, when we got out there, everything ran so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything started on time. Yeah, we weren't on that black folks time. We actually
Oh
started
yeah.
on time. We did what we supposed to do. And everything just went peacefully. I remember turning around. I was at the very front. Well, we were both at the very front. And I turned around and seen all those people behind that was there. And
Ridiculous, man.
it was man, it was wonderful. It really was. So
Yeah, no doubt.
that's what that picture right there. Like he said,
But
people paved the way and stuff like that that wasn't there. But yeah.
yo, can we open up though? I mean, this is Bird and you know what I mean?
What's up, man? What's up?
Look, yo, you remember that conversation we had, man, when this thing was popping off, man, we had some people to say some real ugly things, man.
Yeah,
and I'll never forget, man, my brother. And, first of all, he a man, so you got to be careful, man. We don't let anybody just think they can say whatever.
exactly.
But some of the things that was said,
Yeah.
it hit the bedrock of what's being a man is all about, right? And
Right.
one thing, man, that resonated in me at that time, man, that was so special was anytime you are actually doing the will of the one that made you, the one that created you, God himself,
Mm-hmm.
it comes with a price, bro.
It does.
Guess what? We couldn't get caught up in our emotions about what nobody else thought about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about not just from the quote unquote white community, but some of the very recipients in the black community that was so this, that, the third, man, blah, blah, blah. Yo, man,
Yep.
one thing that I could tell you that I love about being a man is we learn how to be strategic.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be careful with our emotions because, quite naturally, just like my man put on Facebook, this, that, the third, usually in today's time, somebody say something, somebody will go post an indirect message so it can reach where, man, man, we don't do that.
Yep.
When we came down there, whatever it took to get this together, either we were going to march together or we were going to fight and die together. That's just where I was at.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And guess what? If it would have went left and we die like that, then what greater thing that could ever be sketched for Wiggins Jr. to say he died trying his best to promote change? Because truth be told, I feel like old boy again in the movie. If I can't die to promote change, then I don't even feel like I'm worthy to be living.
Makes sense.
What's your life worth as a man?
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? And when you really get down to some hard situations like that, it was crazy, man, because it's like, I ain't even give my brother a real opportunity to say no.
Right.
And I don't even know why, bro. Don't, and not saying that he wanted to say no or anything, but he was conscious of the cause. And yo, bro, you heard this, you heard that. And I'm like, yo, bro, you know what's so great about it? We ain't even caught up in that.
Yep.
Whatever it takes, bro, we gonna do what we do. And let me help you out. What does that mean? For some of you that never done nothing in life, that never scribbled outside the line, you can go ahead and mute this. And this really don't apply to you. But until you've been out to the club and literally had to tell, hey, look, man, you put your back up against my back and we gonna figure this thing out.
Hey, that's facts.
Right?
That's facts.
If you ain't never done nothing like that, man, you wouldn't understand it. But here's the great part about it. We went from putting our back up against each other to club and to make our way home to going and putting our backs up against each other, not when the sun was shining, but in the heat, in the freaking hottest part of the movement of Black Lives Matter, when it cost the most. We went down to ain't no other way of saying it, to a town that's notoriously for having certain stigmas in the area.
Yep.
That they would never change, they would never do this. And truth be told, what happened was a landmark situation, and some people still ain't satisfied. No. But the funny part about it, some of the people that ain't satisfied won't even willing to put it on the line.
Exactly. And
won't even willing to put it on the line.
And that's the thing, man. And I was riding through there last Saturday or 2 Saturdays.
Yo, it's different, bro.
And I rode past the statue, and I was talking to my cousin Frankie. Shout out to Franks. About the whole statue and how people were upset because we marched to the statue. Why y'all weren't down there by the statue? Y'all want to be out there by the high school. But we weren't there for all that. You know, we did our unity march. We did what we had to do. And like Junior said, I reached out to Junior a few times during this whole thing. And the reason being is because, you know, I was getting messages. I was getting this. I was getting that. And I was like, man, you know, hey, my emotions got the best of me. I was like, hey, man, I really want to say something back. Like, you know, ain't no, hey, look, at the end of the day, I ain't no punk, man. I'm a man.
No doubt.
Man. You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. So I want to say something back to him. And he said, look, man, he said, we not there for that. You know, we're not.
As a man, level. There are times where you got to surrender that for the bigger cause.
Right.
Right. And if the cause is right, yo, man, we gonna show people what, you know, black men look like, what black strength really is. If the cause is right, yo, man, who cares, man, what somebody whispers in the wind.
Right.
Because truth be told, even Medea put it out there. It's not what they say, it's what you respond to. That's and right. At the end of the day, man, we went out there and the movement was so great. It sparked something down there. Now, here's the thing. If it sparked a movement like that quote unquote got somebody up, riled, their emotions going, then guess what? Y'all lead a march.
Right.
I'm ready. I support you. But guess what? The cause got to be right.
That's right.
The cause got to be right. You can't be out there acting in your emotions and talking about what you're going to go do. Because truth be told, there were a lot of unsuccessful rebellions in our African-American history. You know why they were unsuccessful? One, they weren't strategic. And two, we were so upset with the oppression, acting on emotions. Where that gets you?
Right.
They ain't never got you nowhere.
Right.
So again, we got to be careful with acting on emotions. We have emotions, but real men allow our emotions to be personified when we become strategic in everything we do. This is what made the movements of the South. This is what made the 60s so powerful in our black community, man, because this is what we do.
It's facts, man.
Healthy, bro.
That's facts, brother.
Yo, shout out to the healthy people out there.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, taking them vitamins, taking them fish oil pills, you know what I'm saying? Drinking that orange juice.
Yo, shout out to the Yanks. I know some of y'all hating that y'all feeling the Dodgers, but let me, hey, yo, can we zoom in? Yo, you see all these championships, bro? This ain't no accident, bro.
So
yo,
y'all,
shout out to Tiger Woods too, bro.
Hey, man, get well soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, get well, Tiger.
Hey, but hey, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you. We done dropped some more gems for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't listened to the last podcast, make sure you go check that out on our Facebook. Well, no, actually check it out on our YouTube because the full version is on our YouTube page. Go check it out.
Shout out to TJ, the mastermind behind it all.
Hey, man, for real.
So blessings to you, bro.
Definitely shout out to TJ, man. He does his thing on the, you know, editing the whole 9 yards, putting everything together. Couldn't do all this stuff without him. So definitely shout out to TJ. Shout out to Franks, my cousin, patched in, coming soon. You know what I'm saying? So definitely
Daryl Jones, we still with you, bro. We doing it.
And definitely shout out to the cuz Daryl Jones. We definitely with you. What's up,
speaking of that,
what's up?
Shout out to my cousin Mario. Let me tell you something, man. Not to get into everything, because some stuff, it's for your ears, but it is what it is. Yo, I got so much respect for that man because he didn't act on his emotions. But that brother opened up his heart for social media and let the world know that he is no longer on opioids.
Yep.
And he's taking his life back. Yo, if you tell me that he wrote that and no emotions were attached, he's just an idiot.
Yep. Hey,
but
that's
he also
huge.
acted as a man because he put it out there for the world.
That's huge.
How many men can say they struggle and actually are going to take their life back and then put it out on for the world to see? Guess what? I'm no longer the guy I used to be.
Yep.
Yo, man, shout out to that brother. Because look, I preach and teach every single week at church as a pastor. But the biggest thing you will ever be able to do is show somebody the way you live. That's your testimony.
Oh, that's facts.
That guy right there, man, has preached the best sermon that anybody could ever preach. And guess what? He ain't had to go stand in the pulpit. He ain't had to put on no robe. This brother just opened up his heart, acted with emotions as a man. Yo, that's healthy. You know, hey, look, in the Greek, right, they say that every good type of literature has what they say, pathos, ethos, logos, and they say that these different things affect you based on your emotions, right? So guess what? Because that's my cousin, I'm so emotional. I'm so charged about it. Can somebody tell me what's wrong with
Nothing at all.
Shout out to you, cuz. Big up, man. Big up.
Man, definitely shout outs, man. That's huge. That's huge, man.
Big up.
We definitely love you, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the support. You guys keep tuning in. We're going to keep dropping heat every Friday. As a matter of fact, we're dropping heat every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because we on the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? So we dropping that every Friday. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We got it on YouTube. We got it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I mean, some everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere. So with that being said, my brother, it's been a pleasure. Anything you want to leave with the folks, man, before we get off this thing?
Yo, man, one of the things that I loved about that movie Karate Kid, right, is the fact that Daniel's son, nowhere in the movie do you ever get a chance to meet his father, right?
Right.
But what we did get an opportunity to meet a father figure.
That's right.
Somebody that influenced this brother
Mr. Miyagi.
so much, man. Old Miyagi. And he taught that brother the significance of what? Waxing on, waxing off.
Right.
Showed him the ropes, man. But the biggest thing he showed him, man, he modeled manhood to him.
That's right.
And the first thing he did, he let him know it's the way you need to talk to women.
Yeah.
It's the way you treat your mother. It's the way you conduct yourself. And when Daniel's son got upset after being picked on in school, he threw his bike in the garbage, busted it up.
He did.
I never forget when Miyagi pulls it out, cleans it up.
Yep.
And then placed it in its proper place. Yo, shout out to the men over my 37 years, even though I'm fresh to death.
Okay.
Over these 37 years, shout out to them brothers that when I was ready to throw myself away, that pulled me out of the garbage, that cleaned me up and put me back in my proper place. Yo, Daniel's son ain't here by himself, yo.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
Emotions.
Now, some of y'all need to get, some of y'all need to be thrown away, and that's just how it is. Nobody don't need to say y'all. It's just
trash.
Trash. Hey, trash.
Zip them up.
Hey, man, y'all be easy. We love y'all, man. Until next time, you already know what it is.
Wakanda, bro, forever.